Today, Thursday, July 23rd, 2020, Intamin Amusement Rides, based out of Switzerland, came out with 4 new ride concepts, and today I wanted to go over all 4 of these, including the Hot Racer Vertical LSM Coaster, Giga Splash, and Ultra Splash. So I'll be going over kind of what each ride is and sort of the stats they gave off for each ride model, and just my overall thoughts of them. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, so the first model we'll be starting off with is the Hot Racer. So if you guys didn't know, Intamin actually sent out a pamphlet a few months ago, and it had a single rail looking coaster with single file seating that they deemed the Hot Racer, and they have finally revealed it. Alright, so for the Hot Racer, they came out with 3 different layout concepts. So the first one is the Infinity. So it said it will be the world's most compact racing coaster. It has 330 meters or 1,082 feet of twin racing track. It will also have the world's first 360-degree versus S hump, which looks interesting. It'll be a dueling launch coaster, which looks really cool. Then they have the Overdrive, which this is the only one that doesn't look like it'll be some sort of dueling coaster, but it says it has a compact race course with a double launch. It has 542 meters or 1,778 feet of track. It will have the world's first wall ride dive, which is like a huge wave turn type thing, which looks insane. And then they have the final one, which is the AUTODROME, which says it'll have 75 seconds of pure racing time. It has 1,019 meters or 3,334 feet of track. It will have 20 dueling moments, which it says is the world record, I guess, for most dueling moments on a coaster. It will also have 2 launches and then 2 boosts at 2 race laps. So it looks like it'll be like a Mobius loop coaster, kind of like West Coast Racers, so that should be really cool. Now they don't have a full POV for any of these layouts, so we can't really tell which one looks the best or whatever, but they all look like really cool rides. So yeah, the Hot Racer definitely looks awesome. So that is the first concept. Alright, so the second concept is the LSM Vertical Coaster 47 to 280. Now this looks like a really cool ride. It says the most compact triple launch coaster in the world, and it will have a minimal footprint. It will be a triple launch coaster. It has the world's first upside down launch experience, which looks really cool. It'll have the world's first Zig Zag Loop, which looks awesome. It'll have 2 modes, a single cycle or a double cycle, where I guess it can go around twice or just go around once, which is really awesome. So it'll have a swing launch. It'll launch forwards first, and then it will launch backwards up through that zigzag loop, which will kind of go upside down a little bit, then launch forwards, and then go up around the upside down boost, which is an interesting element, then through a torpedo dive, which is a really cool looking inversion, probably first of its kind. It'll pass back through the station into the world's first zigzag loop, which is kind of like a non-inverting loop, but it inverts. Then it'll pass back through the station, go up, and then come back down. So this looks really cool. It's just definitely looks like a really cool fun coaster, kind of like a similar to like a Skyrocket 2 type coaster, Gale Force, or Sandy's Blasting Bronco, but upsized, because it kind of goes through 2 sections of the station, and that torpedo dive and zigzag loop look very cool. It definitely looks like one of the most unique multi-launch coasters out there, and I think it'll be a really just awesome fun ride, and I cannot wait to see one of these LSM coasters from Intamin. Alright, so the next concept is the Giga Splash. Now I'm not sure if this is a coaster, but this looks like a pretty crazy water ride, sort of like a sized up shoot the chutes ride. Definitely really interesting concept. It'll have a 205 meter or 672 foot interactive water channel, so I guess that's how long the actual ride is. It'll have a 285 degree panoramic lift, which is an elevator lift, which will definitely give great views. It'll be 40 meters or 131 feet tall. It'll have a 87 degree drop, which is completely insane for a water ride. It's deeper than most coasters. It'll have a 100 km/h or 62 mph top speed. It'll have an airtime hill which will reach -1 G, which is pretty crazy. It'll have a giga-sized splash zone with a pedestrian bridge, which will probably get you absolutely soaked. And yeah, in the model, looks really cool. They put a lot of trees and rock work around. Of course, every part can different. In real life will be, different. The ride will look different, but I think that's cool. They put some cool scenery in the animation. But overall, the Giga Splash looks like a pretty insane water ride, and I cannot wait to see one of these. Alright, so the final concept is the Ultra Splash, and this is definitely a coaster. This is actually pretty much Intamin's take on the Mack Power Splash, which includes Pulsar Walibi Belgium that opened in 2016, and then Aquaman Power Wave that's coming to Six Flags Over Texas probably next year when it'll likely open up. And this looks really, really cool. For the stats, it's a 525 meter or 1,722 feet of experienced track length, so that's how far you will travel during the ride. You'll of course go back and forth like you do on Pulsar, which looks really cool. It'll have a 37 meter or 121 foot tall drop, I guess, or at least that's how tall the ride is. It'll have a 90-degree drop. The top speed will be 94 kilometers an hour or 58 miles per hour, and it just looks really fun. And of course, it'll have that big splash at the end, right before guests get off, similar to the Mack Power Splash. But it just looks really, really fun. I mean, I wish it was something a little bit different because it is very similar to the Mack Power Splash, but it'll still be fun. It's actually very high capacity. It looks like it'll have probably like 6 rows, and that'll hold 4 people each. So like 24 people per ride, which is actually pretty high capacity for a water ride. And I'm pretty sure the Mack Power Splash is also pretty high capacity, and this is also the same with the Giga Splash, the other water ride concept. So that's cool, but it just looks like a really, really fun ride. And again, I cannot wait for the Ultra Splash. Alright, so there you have it, my analysis on all of Intamin's 4 new ride concepts, 3 of which are coasters, and then 1 of which may or may not be a coaster. And I cannot wait for all these. The Ultra Splash, Giga Splash, Hot Racer, and LSM Coaster all look awesome. Probably the one that is most intriguing and I'm most excited for is the Hot Racer. Definitely interesting to see another single rail coaster after the RMC Raptor. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. And the LSM coaster also looks super innovative. Probably the one I'm least looking forward to is the Ultra Splash, just because it's very similar to the Mack Power Splash. You already have a ride like that. The Giga Splash actually looks like a really cool water ride with that insanely steep drop. But yeah, these are some really, really cool concepts. I think Intamin is doing great things, and this just further proves this. So there you have it, my analysis on all of the 4 new ride concepts from Intamin. Make sure to leave down in the comment section below what you think of all of these rides and what you're most excited for out of all these concepts. Make sure to leave all those thoughts down below. Make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more coaster content coming soon, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.